I got my new thing imported. I got the Chris in the order. They wanna look at the foreign. They couldn't even afford it. Look what I did with the bag. Look what I did with the bag. I got a thing in the back, and I ain't taking no chat. I got my new thing imported. I got the Chris in the order. They wanna look at the foreign. They couldn't even afford.
Follow us on Instagram at Express Truth Show.
Hi guys, we get a lot of questions about how I get my hair and my waves so silky smooth. So I'm gonna let you in on the secret now. We have these 100% satin do-rags. These are good for all hair types and textures, whether you have waves, whether you've got plaits, whether you've got dreads, whether you just want to keep your hair flat. Gents as well, this is for the man them, you know. Don't tell anyone I told ya. If you want to extend that haircut, then throw on your do-rag, man. Tie it at night, you roll around, it flattens the hair. Ladies, you get your nice little do on, you want to look good, you got a big date coming up. Tie it down, boo. You don't need to worry about it messing up when you wake up. You jump up. Come, so you ready for road, man? 100% satin do-rags. Click the link in the bio.
Express Truth Show back up in the building. Shout out to the Patreon crew. Shout out to the Spotify crew. We're back up in the building, man. No long talking today. Let's get straight into it. Stephen, what you saying?
Gang. There, you know, making Thursdays great again. Never late again. It's the greatest show on earth. Dynamite and you are back in full effect. Somewhat live. Live at the time of recording. Unfiltered. And unbiased, man. Here to kick it off like a game of FIFA, though. What you saying, man?
Yeah, man, we in the building, man. People, do not forget Twitch, Rumble, X, IG Live. People, do not forget, man. Follow us. Pick one of those platforms and follow us. If
TikTok.
not, follow us. TikTok. I'm just thinking of the live stream ones, but people,
True.
pick one of those platforms and follow us because
Follow all of them, man.
we're gonna we just pop up just out the blue like that, man. So you see how time waits for no man. It's the 3rd week into January, people. Stephen, anything new?
I'm just here thinking of a master plan, G. You know it's Pinky in the Brain business. Every day, every week, every month, every year. Can't complain, man. All glory to God and that man's day off. I woke up this morning, all them thing there. I ain't got a bad word to say, you know. How's the week been, G?
Yeah, man, everything's been blessed, you know. You know, we're very busy people, man, but we're going to get the show done by any means necessary.
By the hook or the crook, man.
Simple, man. But yeah, people, off the back of last week's Truth Tellers episode 1, if you haven't watched it, click the link and head over there right now. Do not forget, folks, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. And if you hung around for longer than 5 minutes, leave a comment, man. Leave a comment. These things are very, very important.
Facts.
So, okay, let's get straight into this thing, man. Let's get straight into the thing today because you know what? We did touch on this a little bit on IG Live. People, if you're not following us, follow us on IG at Express Truth Show. That's all one word, at Express Truth Show. Now, we did touch on this a little bit, you know, but I want to get back into this. Lil Nas X. Now, for those who don't know who this individual is, yeah, Lil Nas X is a rapper. Caught a viral song. I call it a viral song. I don't call it a hit song because I think it was more suited to the viral era of music. But he got a viral song with the Old Town Road song. Came out. I think it was kind of in the lane of like Whip It Nay Nay, Crank That Soldier Boy. You know, all them kiddie songs. I put it in that lane. That summer, you couldn't get away from the song. It was playing everywhere. Every barbecue, every child's birthday, that song was playing. Then just out the blue, boom. My man comes out, says, yo, I'm actually part of the LGBT. And that song was geared more towards that. kind of thing. Well, maybe he didn't say that, but he implied it. Now, since that point, I think my man's kind of gone so far away from music, focusing on music. My man's more just on antics and gimmicks and what these new age people are doing, trolling. And you know, he's done some silly things before. I'm a man who don't really take notice of the brother, but he's done a lot of silly things. But he done something just now that I think tops it all. And what was that thing? He's playing around with the Christianity religion. He's playing around with Christianity. He's playing around with Christians by using imagery, certain imagery, and putting it all over social media, almost like he's mocking the religion. That's how it looks to me, like he's mocking the religion. And I just feel like it's mad that all this time he's able to do this and feel comfortable. He's able to mock Christianity and feel comfortable. And all these pastors and preachers and people that share the word, no one's really coming out and saying too much. The kind of people that are talking are the kind of people that, you know, you wouldn't really expect to talk, like streamers and things like that. And I just think, how far is too far? Stephen, what are you saying?
Listen, Mark, we live in a day and age where not everyone's gonna like what you do, and everyone's got freedom, whether that's freedom of speech, freedom to act like whatever you want to act like, free to identify as a goldfish if you want to. But from you put yourself in a public space, you have to know and be able to recognize there's a difference, yeah? There's a difference between being offensive and causing offense. And I'll try and explain the differences. Being offensive means you're going out of your way to affect a group, to affect a person or persons, yeah? So, oh Lord, for example, I can't even think of something. Me coming out, like someone coming out and saying, "Oh, all people from the Orient eat dog." You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That would be me trying to, or someone trying to openly upset that group of people. And then, yeah, what did I say now?
Basically
Let's say
breaking down the
what?
difference between offense.
Yeah, causing offense and
Yeah.
taking offense. That was it. I was trying to remember which two different ways. You see me? I forget. See, I told you I'm a scatterbrain today. What did I say?
That's all good, man. Take your time, man.
Oh, scatterbrain today. Yeah, so that'd be causing offense. So you're doing it on purpose. Taking offense, that falls back into the realm of people's freedoms, yeah? Meaning you can choose how to feel. So you can wake up today, I choose to feel good and I'm gonna remain positive and have a good day, or you get up on the wrong side of bed as people deem it. Oh, I'm peed off, nothing's going my way, I'm gonna have a terrible day. Yeah? You put energy out into the universe and it comes back to you. I'm a strong believer in that. So with freedoms comes with people choosing to take offense. And the sensitive day and age we live in now, if you take a deep breath, Mark, you're gonna offend somebody. That's just the world we live in. That's the reality of 2024. That's just this soft, I don't want to say generation, but you could say generation, society, social media melons, whatever you want to call these people. But I would definitely say out of the two, Lil Nas X repeatedly has chosen to be offensive. Because first year it's satanic thing. I didn't see the video, but I'm hearing Mamba's lap dancing on the devil. You're making devil shoes and all of this stuff in. Apparently it's got blood in. Now you want to flip the script and play with Jesus and God. Nah, man, we can't do them things. And I'm actually disappointed that not more people have spoken out on this actual hypocrisy and this this playing with the Lord business, because I feel like we have to be real. Most people are fake worshippers anyway, or selective worshippers. Like, you do what you want, you'll run up and down every week, every weekend, in a club, keeping up all kinds of debauchery. But then as soon as something goes wrong in your life, you're on Facebook with pure scripture, with Psalms 27, Matthew 14, you're putting up bare scriptures and quotes. It's like people are selectively religious. And I'm saying that I'm not on here trying to preach, trying to say I'm holier than thou. I roll around with holy water in my pocket and all of that. Because no, I would say I'm quite religious, or at least spiritual, whatever word you want to use. But I don't go to church. People are gonna be like, no, no, you can't say you're religious, but you don't go to church, you know. Of course I can, because doesn't a building doesn't determine the relationship between me and my creator. So I don't need to go to any church. You know what I'm trying to say, Mark?
Yeah.
I don't need to be in any quote unquote house of worship, man. I am the house of worship, man. I walk around with God in my heart. That's enough, man. But people want to keep playing games, man, because we need to change that phrase, because I know they used to say you play silly games, you win silly prizes. You play silly games now, you get the best prize, it seems like, man. You get clout, attention, sometimes money off the back of it. Because all of this that's going on, like, it's definitely one he wanted, but I would 100% say he was hoping for a larger reaction, because no one seems to care. And I don't know if that's people don't care from a religious standpoint, or they just don't care enough about him anymore to say anything. You know what I'm trying to say?
100%. 100%. Because it's mad, you know, because my man coming from the LGBT community, yeah, if anybody were to put them in any kind of jokes or troll them or play games with them the way he's playing games with Christian people, this would be a major thing. You're talking about people would have been cancelled by now. My man's able to freely play with religion, and he knows he's not going to be cancelled. He knows that. And this is why I'm saying everything's backwards today. A man like that, for me, is creating way more harm than certain other men that have been cancelled. My man's playing with religion, mocking it openly, mocking it. And this is what I'm saying. How far is too far? When do people put their foot down and say, you know what? Nah, man, that guy's doing too much. These record executives, these industry people that are allowing my man to continue with his shenanigans. And I don't understand, like, what's my man's issue with Christianity? I don't get it. Like, it's like he's almost targeted that group, and he knows that he can freely attack that group without fear of cancellation. You know, the only people that are calling him out are streamers. With his community, if anyone says anything, the man's from the top right down are talking. Like, that's how mad it is in his community. In his community, if you say anything, or, you know, you do anything that they deem, hear what I'm saying, that they deem offensive, that's all it takes. What he's doing is actually offensive. But with his community, all it needs to be is something that's deemed offensive, and you're cancelled. So I don't understand the double standards. Like, it's mad that these double standards are actually happening in 2024. And this is what I don't like about the new age guys. Anyway, it's all trolling and nothing serious. Everything's a game.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's a game, and this is what bothers me a lot, man. Steven, what are you saying?
But Mark, you know what it is, and this is gonna sound mad based on my previous statement. I'm not even trying to make a defense, but in this day and age, yeah, because it's hard, you know, and I'm trying to do it more, and I always try to push you to do it more. We need to, and I know it's hard because of just who we are and how our minds work, and also with the platform we've been blessed with. We need to sometimes try and, you know, like, not walk a mile in their shoes. So we almost have to take ourselves out of the equation because when you see things, because it's human nature anyway. When you see things going on, it's like for argument's sake, this is so random now. Shakira's ex-husband cheated on her, yeah?
Mm.
You might have a normal man at home saying, he's crazy, blood. I'd never cheat on Shakira. I'd drink her bath water, blood. But you have to remember, you have to put yourself in a different position. The man who's grinding Shakira can probably grind a million Shakiras or hotter. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's like when the rumors were flying around with Jay-Z, Beyonce, and the cheating stuff. It's like, man, I'm like, yo, I'd never cheat on Beyonce. I'm saying, you got to remember, all it takes for men is air and opportunity, but particularly when you're in a certain position and it's being thrown at you, like, it takes a very strong man to say no 100 times. If a man gets 70, 80%, he's done well. You know what I'm trying to say, Mark? But I say that to say this, like, it's hard looking at this generation coming up and seeing that people are being rewarded for their antics and their gimmicks, and then you have people coming up behind them. It's hard to not advise them to do the same kind of stupidness. So, like, if you cast your mind back once upon a time, Cake, you remember when the prank channels were all huge?
Yeah, I remember that time.
Everyone was doing nothing but pranks to the point where everyone started faking everything, and then you had the extras coming out saying, "Oh, Vitoli paid me, like Fuzi paid me." It was all fake, like, until that whole era died off. But what I'm trying to say is, how could you tell someone then, like, "Oh, I want to start a YouTube channel. I want to be a streamer. I want to do this." Okay, what do you want to do? Oh, pranks. How could you advise him not to do pranks when you have these men online doing all these stupidness, faking it as well, and reaping the benefits? You know what I'm trying to say, Mark? It's kind of like monkey see, monkey do, and it's always been that way. But with the whole explosion of the internet and the social media, bad news is just bad news. I can't even say bad news travels faster. Bad news is instantaneous now, and nonsense is instantaneous. So you see one clown doing well, you want to do it as well. Just like, to keep it local for a moment, when Mizzy was hot, yeah,
I remember.
like, he was doing all this, running in houses, all of this stuff. Let's say that story ended differently, yeah, and he blew differently off it. How could you tell the next group of youths not to do the same thing? They'll be like, Mizzy did it and blew and all that. You know what I'm trying to say?
Good point.
Like, until we get to the point as a society where we stop rewarding nonsense behavior, things like this are going to continue, man. People are going to continue to act like idiots and show their ass and just play the fool, man.
Solid point, It's a solid point, because even with Mizzy, I think, like, he had a lot of enablers. Because at the time when Mizzy was bubbling, that could have been nipped in the bud easy. Even a lot of the people that was interviewing him, yeah, it could have been nipped in the bud. All you had to say is, whether he listens or not, different thing, but yo, this ain't gonna end well, Like, you're trying to take the Andrew Tate path of talking all that Matrix stuff and things ain't real. Nah, things are very real. Just like you found out when you went to prison, you found out that the judge was very real. You found out that the sentence was very real. You found out that the jail cell was very real. There was no hole in your hand like Andrew Tate in that prison cell. So what I'm trying to say is, that could have been stopped easy, Stephen. Because if you're willing to do a mad move like that and run into someone's yard, yeah, for content, then you're a nutter. So that means that you're willing to do things to go viral. And you have to remember, in today's world, people want to go viral by any means necessary. Like, you only have to cross the pond to the States, and most of the guys there in that world who are famous, a lot of them are famous for nothing. For doing stupid things, just like you said, the prank channels. A lot of them, man, are still benefiting from them days today. Like, by doing dangerous pranks and stupid pranks. Like you said, a lot of them were fake, what we found out after the fact. But Mizzy, he was almost led to that water. You know what I mean? And his attitude, I could see where it was going, but for some reason, people didn't want to call it out. And anyone who did call it out, you was attacked. Yo, he's a young man from our community. So what? So what? So what if he's a young man from our community? He needs to hear the reality. And, you know, it looks like he's humbled down enough now. But going back to your point, Stephen, it's a fact. Most of these youths, how can you tell them not to do something when the man who did it before them is making money off it now? The man who did it before them is rewarded heavily now. How are you going to tell a youth, yo, don't do that? That man just went through that door and got a big sack of gold coins, but you don't go through it though. You don't. My man just went. All he did is walk through that and act a fool. And my man got a couple of sacks of gold coins, but now you don't do it. You stay here and flip burgers though. Come on, man. 95% of the youth are gonna follow. Nah, I'm going to get them gold coins just like woman's rap now. A lot of them girls, I heard C China talk the other day. You remember C China, Stephen?
Yes.
I heard her talk the other day, and she is so well articulated.
I was surprised.
Like, I'm telling you, I was like, damn, this girl, all that stuff she's talking, she ain't doing that. And I'm not just saying because she's well articulated, but you know, you can kind of get a feel for it. I'm like, you're well educated, you are. You ain't doing that stuff you're saying in your rap. But at the same time, she has to do that to get the eyes on her. Because you got other women who are willing to take this thing. Let's keep it real. They're looking to go, matter of fact, let me not even say the word, Stephen. But they're looking to go all the way.
What word? Full retard.
I was gonna say, yeah, man, because enough man don't get the reference from the Tropic Thunder.
This thing's unfiltered, you know, full retard, G.
Okay, all right, say no more. So yeah, enough girls are willing to go full retard. So what do I mean by that? I mean, like
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Just put that in on YouTube. Tropic Thunder full retard. Carry on.
I'll break it down for you, yeah. So you know what that's like? It's like C China saying, I want to be a rapper. I want to start spitting bars and I want to be a rapper now. I want to be a female rapper. You're doing a little light, soft core thing. Then the next girl's just on the stage showing it all off. Well, of course, you're going to follow what she's doing because you're saying, yo, I want that same clout. And that's what's happening now, man. That's what's happening.
You got to secure the bag and all of that, Mark. But yeah, I feel like it's only going to get worse if it ever does get better. You know what I'm trying to say? I hold out hope for society, but so far, so bad. Because it's ridiculous, man. Like, even to the point now, the other trend that's caught on, just to continue what you were saying. Well, it's kind of a good thing, but it's a good thing for a bad reason. The police now, they're cracking down on the youth a bit more now. So there's been a whole load of
watch robberies
stolen, aka high-end watch robberies. Yeah, as Mark said. So like Rolexes, all them kind of high-end watches. You know, people are being robbed for them. Some are even unfortunate. I think we've reported on 2 cases where someone lost their life. Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we did. Where someone lost their life for watches, and the police are starting to set undercover stings now. So they'll have someone like out late at night, probably acting a bit intoxicated, wearing said watch. And when the group of youth descend upon them, or the other police come out and take them away and stuff. And apparently they've arrested, I think, 200-300 people thus far.
Wow.
And I have to applaud it still. I have to applaud it because it's good, man. Because it's not even just, it's good anyway, but it's not even just, like we said, a case of like, yeah, it's going to crack down on stolen property and stuff. Maybe potentially you've saved someone's life by getting certain people off the street. Because I'm fed up of talking about this scenario, and this is when you make me sound like some old man preacher. Like, to the youth, wherever you are on the earth, if you can hear the sound of my voice, before you think about going on this move, it's not worth it. It is not worth it. You and your 5 bedrooms. Yeah, man, we're gonna lick. Yeah, man. We got the kettle and that. Mad. How much is it worth? 120 bags. Okay. Have you got the box and papers? Oh, nah. Okay. Can you? Is the serial number clean? Oh, nah, I just took it straight off my man's wrist. Okay, so you've brought me a stolen watch with a trackable serial number, which has definitely been reported to the police. If this flags up anywhere and I sell this to someone, they're gonna say, "Yo, where did you get this?" Immediately point fingers at me. Then all said charges associated with the watch. So whether it was robbery, grievous bodily harm with the robbery, murder, attempted murder, all that's gonna be on me because I wanted to try and make a couple quick bags. People, it's not worth it, man. And let's just stop it. I know I sound a bit mad, like I'm going off on something on my low and all the vibe. But people are not even buying these watches, so you're wasting your life. You forgetting what happened with all them twats who did in Pop Smoke for his thing? One singing like a canary, and they're all looking at Madman years. They got no money for the watch. Same thing happened with XXX Tentacion. They got no money and they took the cat's life. It's not worth it, man. I know it's not cool, and man, yo, I just want fast money, and there's no such thing as fast money, blood, unless you're gonna sell your ass.
You see it?
I don't want to hear about the road. Show me how many geezers on the road are millionaires. Show me how many geezers retired in the hills. All your favorite rappers are meant to be millionaires. They're still getting arrested for bullshit. What, family? I thought you said you had a gazillion pound in your bank on your last album.
Yeah, it's a mad move.
Why are you still looking for connects and plugs?
Exactly. Come on, Stephen. You know this, and how you just broke that down. It's spot on because it's true. Like them watches, the worth. You see, if you're a man who's obtained it by a robbery or whatever, armed robbery or whatever it may be, the serial number. A man can flag that serial number. Yo, a man robbed me with this. A man robbed me for this armed robbery. Now the serial number's flagged. Then on top of that, whoever you're trying to sell it to, yo, you got box and papers. Nah, I ain't got it, you know. Okay, now the price significantly drops down. Now you times that by your 3 bedrooms, the risk that you've taken, it's not worth it, man. Trust me, I'm not pushing no crime, but if I was, that wouldn't make sense. For the risk, it wouldn't make sense. And especially because some man, they think it's a movie. It happens in every single movie you watch. You know, like they'll be doing a movie and they're like, no casualties. And then there's always one trigger-happy Mad Max brother who has to write the number in blood on the wall. There's always that guy. You know what I mean? So if man are doing moves like that anyway, I'm not saying do their moves, but if a man's doing their moves and you got an unstable man with you who's willing to change the charge from robbery to an M, it just don't make sense. It just don't make sense. So I feel like the police are gonna catch a lot of people because it come in like certain man. It's like they got a spidey sense, Stephen, for certain watches, you know. You know, like a man will be wearing a watch. Yo, I never knew my man had that watch. Why are you watching a man's watch for, man? From it ain't mine, I don't care. You know what I mean? There's too much watchy business, and then it's like, yo, how much is that worth? And it's just a lot of bad mind business going on, Stephen.
That's the world we live in, you know, and it comes to the point where people say, when you get your watch, don't post it on the gram and all. But you have to remember, sometimes people aren't always posting. Like, you might just genuinely take a picture and you've got something on. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Let me show you how bad mine's real now. We'll scale it down by like loads. I'm hearing like youths are taking Canada Gooses and that off man's back.
Yeah, that's happening too. Colts,
Like,
you know.
Come on, man. What the hell?
Any man buying his youth a Canada Goose anyway. Like, even a man, unless I'd say a man, that Canada Goose, yeah, bad boy coat. You know,
man's got a couple still.
I'm a fan still. I got one still. I know you got one or two, Stephen. You know what I mean? I ain't let mine off yet, but
Same. G,
I don't
ain't seen
feel
mine
too
no
if
way,
man are
G.
robbing, man. I mean, obviously, I'm not thinking a man's gonna run up on me, but let's say
Fam,
you
I'll
go
wear that
somewhere and
anywhere, bro.
you want to put
Fam,
you put.
tell me where. Fam, tell me where I can't wear that.
Nah, I mean, we know that we're gonna wear it
What is?
comfortably,
But
but
it's sorry to cut you off, Kay. Isn't it? Isn't it youths robbing youths?
yeah, but you see with them kind of
Okay.
coats, Stephen. Let's say you go into a cloakroom or something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even feel
A man will
yeah.
take it. Yeah, a man
A
will
man
take
will
it.
take it like it just got to that level. That's some trampy behavior, but I guess a man can flip it on the bay real quick, innit?
They ain't flipping that. That's the word, G.
Yeah, man, it's a joke thing, but the police are gonna catch a lot more individuals with that. But Stephen, I want to switch this topic now.
Talk to me now.
I want to get into this Bando Kay thing, and
I heard a little bit about this. Break it down.
I'll break it down. So I've kind of followed Bando's career somewhat. I'm not gonna say I'm the biggest fan, but I keep an eye on him still, and I'm gonna tell you why I keep an eye on him. That's Mark Duggan's son.
Yeah, I know that part. Yeah.
Bando Kay is Mark Duggan's son. For those who don't know who Mark Duggan is, the 2011 riots, that kicked off across England, happened because of, not because of, the police murdered Mark Duggan. Let's just say it as it is.
Facts.
There was heavy backlash, and that backlash affected me heavily at the time as well. It affected me. Me and my dad's business was attacked on multiple occasions, Not to say it was personal or nothing, but it created a lot of chaos around the time.
Facts.
Now, this podcast was birthed, the idea for this podcast was birthed from them riots. Simple, because after the riots, all over the news, I felt like the conversation was not conducive to the situation. So when I seen Bandokay come out and man is saying, yo, that's Mark Duggan's son, I was happy for him. I was happy that he's got a lane that he can operate in, make money, you know what I mean, feed his family and break the cycle. You see what I mean? Like completely break the cycle of the roads. I'm like, yo, he can make money in music, invest that money, and eventually, completely move away from that stuff. So I was really, really disappointed, man, to see that, he's been arrested for possession of a gun. So let's not even like how we're doing it on this format right now. Let's screen share. So you see this here. UK drill artist Bando Kay tells fans, keep holding me down amid gun possession arrest rumors. Bando Kay sent a message to his fans as rumors. Sorry, people, I'm reading off the smaller monitor. Bando Kay sent a message to his fans as rumors swirled that the OBF Drill Collective rapper was arrested for gun possession. Bando Kay of North London Drill Collective, OFB, has sent a message to his fans amid speculation he's been behind bars after being arrested for gun possession. The mother of his child shared a short recording of the rapper on her Instagram story. I just want to say sorry to my fans, Bando says on the recording. I feel like I let you lot down. I'll be home soon. You lot been with me from the beginning of my journey, and we're not stopping now. Tell my fans, just keep holding me down. Don't switch up. Same for my family and friends. Now, people, look good at this picture, yeah? I want you to look good at this picture. I'm going to zoom in. All right, look at this picture here. Yeah, this is Bando Kay. Now look at this picture. That's his dad. That's Mark Duggan. Look, so let's go again. Bando, Mark Duggan. One more time. Bando, Mark Duggan. Now, people, listen. These man, it's almost like a copy and paste. Like this man, like it's literally the same exact person. Like, like when when you're having a son, Stephen, yeah? That's what you want your son to be, the dead stamper. You're like this.
Facts.
Like, my man's the dead stamp. So, you've been given an opportunity, young man. You've been given an opportunity. You've been given an opportunity, man, to break this cycle. You've been given an opportunity. And I've heard the youngers talking and saying, oh, I'd rather be caught with it than without it. Yo, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm guessing, I could be wrong, but I'm guessing Bando's made enough money to take him away from whatever little local zone that he was living in. Yeah, if you want to focus on your music, you got to leave. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. You got to leave. If you're in some big gang war where you have to walk with straps daily and take take chances with your freedom, get up out of them zones, man. It's like me and Steven, we always have this joke, yeah, about Gotham. Like, if I lived in Gotham, the only thing I'm doing is getting together enough money to be on the first, whether train, plane, bus, car, bike, donkey, horse, whatever it costs.
God.
I'm out of that place. Now, I'm pretty sure if the wars that I ain't never been in no war to where I have to walk with something daily like that. But if I was, Stephen, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to stay in that zone. Especially if I'm making money. Because what a lot of these young rappers don't realize, yeah? These fans are fickle. Your fans are actually more fickle than like Boyzone, E17, Justin Timberlake's group, all them. They're more fickle.
Because all them men are still touring.
Facts, all them brothers in Leamington Spa and all that, and Leamington Spa, Cornwall, all them places that are fans of rap, they're just going to say, did you hear, mate? Did you hear that Bando Kay got locked up? Man, that means he ain't going to have no new music. Let me listen to the other kid who talks all that gangster stuff. That's all that's going to happen.
Facts.
These men are not waiting about hold me down. They just care about the music.
Mm-hmm.
From you can't provide the product, they're going to switch to channel. From you cannot, let me say it again. From you cannot provide the product to those people, they are going to switch the channel. They're not like your woman who's going to wait for you in prison.
Depends which woman you have.
Yeah, and then a lot of big man, my man's full of trauma. Listen, we've all got some sort of trauma. All of us. Now, I'm not saying that all our trauma is to the same degree. Yeah? But you've been given a chance, an opportunity. What happened to you? I know it must have been hard, man. What happened? You know what I mean? It must have been difficult. And you're not talking to no man who don't know that kind of situation. I know, man, I've got family members I've got family member whose dad's been killed before and they've had to grow up. You know what I mean? I know this stuff and I know it ain't easy. But what I'm saying is you have to change direction. You got to break the cycle. Got to break it, man. The fact that a man like this is back in prison, it makes me sad. It makes me sad because I'm looking and saying, damn, it's almost like back then in 2011, I was enjoying seeing my man doing his music thing. So those same powers that was on his dad, when his dad was on the road, can leave him alone. And now his children won't need to know nothing about road or nothing. So to see him get done for gun possession, it's like, damn, like you're in a zone where you have to walk with that. You're in that kind of war. So in my head, I'm like, if you're in that kind of war, leave, man. Leave. It don't make sense to stay in that zone and you've got something to live for. It's like a man, I mean, it's nowhere near the same level, but it's like a man gets a chance as a footballer or as an actor or something like that, and you stay around that zone. Them guys you're warring with, Have they been given an opportunity? If not, what you doing swimming in the same water as them?
Poison well, man.
What you saying, Steven?
I've seen the comments surrounding this. Yeah, it's condolences. Obviously, like I know you had a rough start with how you had to lose your dad and everything, but you got that call from God, man, to do something higher. You know what I mean? To do something totally the opposite, which would ideally take you off the road, change your life, change your family's life, all of them good things there. But what's going on, man? Because I thought man was doing well. Like, not trying to pocket watch. I thought man was doing well. Because if the ends are sticky like that, it's war like that, you're warring with the ups like that, or the other postcode, or whatever it is like that, you should have been out of there, man. As soon as you had enough money, that should have been your first check. Get out of there, man. Because people are making excuses. Oh, the war's sticky. The war's crazy. I don't doubt it isn't. I don't doubt that it isn't, man. But what I'm saying is, like, it's 2024, and I'm not one for excuses, man. Like, everyone is going to be held accountable for this year. Yeah? And what I mean by that is, like, yeah, I get the war's mad and all of that, but you made the choice, bro. You made the choice to walk with whatever you're walking with. Because if it's sticky like that, you should have had you should also. This is what I don't get as well. Because I guarantee, if it's you're beefing with ups, you're beefing with other ends. It's not just you by yourself against this other area. Especially you for your ends. You're putting on for your zone now. You're the quote unquote cash cow. You should have a man to walk with them things, man. If anything goes, anything has to happen like that, he's barking, or he can take a charge. You get man out. You know them way there. Like, you as the star, you're not supposed to be walking with these things, man. Like, accountability, man. Accountability, or 2024 and beyond, man.
Exactly.
The new Buzz Lightyear, man. Oh, man. Because I'm just fed up. I'm fed up with the excuses. Like, unless you're underage, your frontal lobe isn't fully developed, you're held at gunpoint or knife point and forced to do things. I don't want to hear it, man. Accountability, man.
Exactly. That's all it's about, man. Because yeah, I get it. You're young, probably in an area where there's little war going on. Couple, as these youths say, couple ops on the up block and all of that. Get away from them folks, man. Normalize moving away from folks that want to harm you. Normalize that, because I can just imagine the smirk and the smile on a lot of folks' faces, seeing that it's my man, seeing that it's my man's son. R.I.P. Mark Duggan. Seeing that it's his son, like, I can just imagine, oh yeah, you see what I'm saying? I told you so. And I'm saying it shouldn't be that, because you've been given a path that a lot of guys your age don't have yet. I'm not saying they won't get it, but they may not have found that yet. You found that. Even got a child, even got a partner. Like, you've got things going for you, man. You don't need to be around no one who wants to harm you. I don't get it with a lot of these rappers, and I don't know if it's a thing where they do it because that's what's popular to do in their world. That's the product they're selling. But it just don't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to throw it all away, you know, and then people make excuses, just like we said with the Mizzy thing. People make excuses. Oh, well, you know, he's in a war zone. Or imagine the kind of trauma. Like Stephen said, normalize accountability.
Please.
Let's stop making excuses, man. Like, I don't want no excuses made for me. Like, let's stop making excuses. Let's start holding ourselves accountable. Let's normalize prevention is better than cure. Like, let's stop giving the powers that be what they want. Like you said, Stephen, a man sees a big old cobra-head snake over there. Why would you go and put yourself in his path? Why? Why would you put yourself in the system? Why? When you already know what your pops went through? Like, it just don't make sense. And then it feels like we're almost judging the youth, and we're not doing that because I know it's been hard for him.
Of course.
But then at the same time, I'm just like, damn, where's the elders, man? Where's the when I say elders, like the older men, the older boys in your circle, to say, nah, you see that, nah, man, don't walk with that. Or if you've got to walk with that, leave. England may seem small, but it's a big place. All you're doing is rapping in the booth and then pressing upload on a music video. People are still gonna see it. They don't have to see you out there on the roads. And a lot of these, man, you're not called at black. This is not America where there's a massive market. You're not called at black. You're not these American rappers that go in and come out all day long and do their first day out freestyle and they've got a career. It's not like that here. A lot of the guys following drill, a lot of the fans following drill, I'd say are between 14 and 20. A lot of them are going through a phase. And once that phase is over, they're on to the next thing, which is why I use the example of them boy bands.
It's funny you mentioned them, Mark, because I was looking earlier for things to do. Take That's touring again this year, G.
Big group, man. Big group.
Whatever the song and I sing it, I just want you back for good.
Yeah, man. Big tunes, man.
Oh, I'm to them, man.
Big tunes. But it's
Not
like, you know what it
Vybz
is?
Cartel, man.
Facts. But you know what it is, Stephen? There's zero accountability in today's world, because I was reading a post, that Made You Think posted it. And it was a teacher saying, yo, I'm done being a teacher. Now I'm just gonna give you the short of it. It wasn't word for word, but he said, I'm done being a teacher. And it was like, yo, parents you can't even tell these children nothing. They're not learning nothing because they can go home to mommy who's gonna come in like a bat out of hell, ready to kick off. So my mum was like, the money's just not good enough for what it is today. These children ain't learning nothing. And I felt that because no one holds no one accountable anymore, Stephen, like literally anymore. No one holds anybody accountable. Anybody can have an excuse for anything.
Yep.
For anything, like literally you can do something and say, my man mind controlled me to do that. My man's literally Professor X. He actually controlled me with his mind to do that, and people's really gonna put up a defense.
Facts.
It is crazy. And I'm saying, if man don't start, this is what I say, if you don't start holding these youngsters accountable, you notice that the system has no problem holding them accountable. I'd rather be in my circle, and I know my circle's your circle, Stephen, so the same thing. We're gonna hold folks accountable. You know why? Because we don't want repeats. We don't want things happening again and again and again and again. And a lot of people are doing that because they're not being held accountable. Mizzy was not held accountable. But when he stepped in front of that judge, he was held accountable. When he was handed that prison sentence, he was held accountable. Because guess what, mommy, he couldn't, I don't know his situation, but I'm saying a lot of these boys can't look at mommy now and manipulate mommy and say, mommy, the teacher's lying on me. This man's lying on me. They've said everyone's lying on them, right up until the point when the policeman, now they can't say that. Whereas if you would have called him out on his BS years ago, he might not be in that position. And this is what I'm saying. These conversations are factual. Like, this is happening all across the UK every day. Like, trust me, that one burned me, because the Mark Duggan thing, the Mark Duggan thing was horrible, trust me. And I know it must have been hard for him. I'm not saying I ain't got no empathy, because I do.
Yeah, of course.
But you've been given a path. If anything, Stephen, it's like you said before, a couple years ago, an alcoholic, 2 sons.
Oh, you want me to give this story again?
Break it down again, and I'm going to show you something. Go on.
All right. There was 2 sons of an alcoholic. Yeah. So they come home every day, see dad drunk, see dad wasted, dad passing out, dad's violent, all of this stuff. They both grew up. One grew up to be the same thing, wild alcoholic. All he cared about was his next drink. Fall over. If a strong piece of wind blow, he'd fall over. The other brother, successful businessman, sober, family, all of this stuff. When they were both asked, "Oh, how come you went down this path in life?" So how come you drink? Well, I saw my dad drink. How come you don't drink? Because I saw my dad drink. Same circumstances, two different outcomes.
That's it. That's it. After
Simple.
you know what your pops went through, feds following him, all of that,
That's where the accountability comes in,
and
man.
you know what I mean. So you're supposed to look and know these folks ain't. They're not really. You know what I mean. They're moving a bit mad. So hear what? If them folks are going right, I'm going left. But it's because there's a lot. I'm noticing there's a lot of clout, Stephen. Like UK rap's going through its jailhouse phase now. There's a lot of clout being in prison. And I'm saying them flashing lights don't last. Them first day out videos don't last. Trust me, they don't last. After a while, it's going to be you running around with the CV. It's going to be you getting your entry denied to certain countries that you want to go to. So you have to think about that from now. Because like I said, look at a man like Gig, Stephen. I'd say my man's ad. I always use him as a reference because he's like the OG rap brother now in UK.
Facts.
But Gigs, he's had like 3 career revivals. He's had points where you're thinking to yourself, like earlier on, you're thinking to yourself, my man's cooling down. Then boom, the Drake link up comes, boom, my man's back up again. Then you think my man's cooling down, and boom, the USA link ups are happening. Reason why I'm giving that example is because just because Bando's not that now, who's to say that he won't be that in 5 years? You have to think like that, man. Like you have to think like that as I'd say anyone, even just a random, anybody, even a man who's mopping floors, you gotta think like that because we're constantly moving. You don't know where you will be in 5 years. So make decisions on where you're going to be and not where you are.
Facts.
Simple.
Long term thinking, man.
So walking with that, and then you got certain man, like I said, enablers. You're just an enabler. We don't live in Chicago. We don't live in Memphis, where man are just dropping like flies. Literally like bodies are just dropping over there like it's nothing. Like it's just sport. It's almost a sport out there right now. We're not living like that here, folks. We're not. As much as man would love us to be, we are not. So all I'm saying is a man can, okay, that little zone, I got war there. Couple man don't like me. It's gone sour. Here what, I got some money. Got my little woman. Got my youth. Here what, I'm going to pick them up and move. What happened to them kind of talks, man? Because remember, somebody picked up a move while we're here sitting down, you know.
Nah, fam, that's soft now, blood.
And
You're
he's
not
like, I
hold-
ain't
you're not
leaving my
holding- You're
zone.
not holding it down, fam.
I'm not leaving my zone. You mad? Them man are dickheads. Okay, cool.
Yeah, man.
Because now you've been gone, you've been taken out the game. Yeah. Without no ups doing nothing. Just by carrying that. So that's what I'm saying. Just move completely out. Even if a man says, yo, I don't want to leave, like, because I know how it is. Enough man don't want to leave, bro. Cool, then you got surrounding areas. I'm pretty sure it's cheaper to live in the surrounding areas. But just wasting wasting your opportunity like that, just don't sit right with me. Don't sit right with me. But hopefully, it ain't the end. Hopefully, because I don't know his criminal history. So hopefully his sentence ain't too harsh.
Hopefully.
And he can get his mind right in there and come out and attack the thing again. But definitely not a nice situation, man. But we got to do better, man. We have to do better. We have to start holding our boys accountable. And I think Mizzy,
Man, woman,
yeah,
youth, and man, girl, goat, and dog, fam.
simple. Simple. Man have to start being held accountable. That's the only way man are gonna learn. If we don't hold brothers accountable, they're not gonna learn. And that's me included, you included, Steve, and everyone who's watching this.
Facts.
If you see somebody doing certain things and you call them out on it, I'm not talking about no random stranger. I'm talking about people that you know and love. Someone outside of that circle, it's not really. I mean, unless it's someone that you care. Me personally, I'ma leave it because I'm not getting in. I'm not stepping in people's thing. Bando, like I said, yeah, as a public figure, is a man that I personally kept my eye on because I wanted to see that guy do something so we could change the narrative of his father's story. Madman, but he'll be long term. He'll be all right though. He'll be all right though. But that's what I'm saying. A lot of these UK rappers, Steven, I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Mm-hmm.
They can't be getting the money they say they're getting. Can't be. It just don't make sense. One man smuggling weed.
Two and two don't make 60.
Innit? One man smuggling weed. One man's trying to meet Pappy for the price on the. I'm watching too much USA films. But one man's trying to meet Pappy for the good price.
Facts.
Man's carrying straps. You can't be making the bread, you're saying? You just can't. Because one thing about a constant stream of income, you don't want to lose it. And one thing about a constant legal stream of income, long may it continue. Jeopardizing that, especially if you're coming from the environment you say you're coming from. I don't know no man who come from hardship and wanted it to continue. I just don't understand that. Like for me, badness is hand in hand with being poor. Real talk. Badness is hand in hand with being poor. Like once you've got bread, once you're out of a certain situation, unless you're like a mob boss, which you're not, you don't need to be playing that sport no more. That's a bum sport. I'm keeping it real. It's a bum sport. The up blocks and doing all it's a bummy sport. And there's a lot of police that man are keeping in jobs by continuing to entertain that sport. So yeah, man. Why? Hopefully, like I said, couple years. Hopefully they don't sting him too hard, and he can turn around his thing. And
Fingers crossed, blood.
Yeah, fingers crossed, man. Hopefully he can turn it around. Because like I said, and I know a couple of his crew, that OFB crew, have gone down as well. So I guess it's almost a thing like a man's brethren's in there and he feels like he's missing out. That's the vibe I get from a lot of these youngers, you know. Like it's almost like a domino effect. Like, yo, my brethren's in pet. Like, and then he comes out, first day out, splashing champagne and doing all of that. And a man say, yo, I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy.
Facts.
Sad times, man. Hopefully, like I said, man, hopefully he can turn that around. He can turn that around. Because like I said, where you are now, it doesn't mean you'll be there in 5 years. So yeah, man. You got any final thoughts, Stephen?
Boy, just two, you know. Just two.
Man.
Stop playing with God and be brave enough to hold yourself accountable, man. Like sometimes turn that energy inward. As quick as we are to point fingers and say, oh, this person did me wrong, and if this would have went right, and da-da-da. Sometimes, I know it's hard. Sit down. You might even have to have a long, hard stare at yourself in the mirror. And just be honest with yourself, man. I guarantee you'll feel better about it.
Facts. So that's it, people. Follow us on everything. Twitch, YouTube,
Facts.
Insta. If you're not a Patreon, become a Patreon. We're active.
Rumble in the jungle.
Rumble. Everything, man. And people, we've got so many different branches to this thing this year. Just stay tuned, man. Just stay tuned.
Beyond, man. I'm beyond. The Express Truth Show, making Thursdays great again, never late again. Your favorite podcast. Tell your girlfriend I said hello, man. Keeping this thing unfiltered and we're gone, man.
That's it, people. Buy merch. Buy merch. Buy merch. We out of here.
Hi, guys. We get a lot of questions about how I get my hair and my waves so silky smooth. So I'm gonna let you in on the secret now. We have these 100% satin do-rags. These are good for all hair types and textures, whether you have waves, whether you've got plaits, whether you've got dreads, whether you just want to keep your hair flat. Gents as well, this is for the man them, you know, don't tell anyone I told ya. If you want to extend that haircut, then throw on your do-rag, man. Tie it at night, you roll around, it flattens the hair. Ladies, you get your nice little do on, you want to look good, you got a big date coming up. Tie it down, boo. You don't need to worry about it messing up when you wake up. You jump up. Come, so you ready for road, man? 100% satin do-rags. Click the link in the bio.